The core attraction to the game of golf is to grab a golf club, begin swinging away, and just see what happens. That's what brings us all to the game in the first place, to make these swings and see where we can make that ball go. At some point, though, law number one is going to kick in. We're going to decide to take what we've got and actually make it work better. That is, we're going to begin building our golf swing. Well, by now, we've had a look at perspective number one and then perspective number two, the mechanical perspective. Now we're into chapter 11 here, the physical perspective of actually swinging a golf club. In other words, how our body is going to support the mechanics of our swing. In this chapter, we're going to have a good look at component number 4 in the R3 approach, which is the 8 facets of physically working on our golf swing. Very important in terms of keeping us on point, directing our thoughts and actions towards the right things in the right way and at the right time as far as our golf swing goes. We'll see how the body is simply an A-frame that supports the mechanics of the swing, and we'll talk about the importance of the athletic factor, what that actually is, the grip, aim, and setup required for the ready position, and then once we begin our downswing go move, how important spine angle and pivot action are going to be in order to develop a physically sound and athletic golf swing. Again, the physical perspective is the third of the 4 perspectives. We've already had a look at perspective number 1, fluidity, feel, and consistency, and then perspective number 2, the mechanical perspective. Now we're having a look at the third perspective, the physical perspective. Again, in the R3 approach, we refer to the physical perspective as the lab. And we call it the lab because we're going to do a lot of experimenting here. It's here that we're going to tend to spend the most time, put forth the most effort in terms of developing that mechanically sound swing that we're looking for. Well, again, the R3 approach, we always stress the fact that it's good to begin with our mind and not our body. Begin with the end in mind. And again, the overall objective or the end that we have in mind as we work on and develop our golf swings, again, is going to be to develop that good fluid motion. Again, good fluid motion is making a golf swing without thinking about any type of mechanical or physical technique-based processes or thoughts that we might have going on. And we're really not thinking about results for that matter either. So, identify the fact that we want to be in good fluid motion is good to do at this point. The third perspective, the physical perspective, is all about our body and club, whereas perspective number 2 up there was about our club and body. Again, good to note that the what axis is all about our club and our body. Well, perspective number 2, the emphasis was on club with how the body is going to support. Here the emphasis is on body with how that our body is going to be actually supporting the club as we make our swings. What that means is that as we physically work on our golf swing, yeah, we do need to keep in mind the second, third, and fourth universal laws, and that is we do want to keep in mind, you know, the fact that we want to work that angle through a good swing path and then ultimately release that angle. But now that we're down here into the physical perspective, it's all about our body. So what's basically required here, there's so much information out there about the physical processes related to swinging a golf club that it can be very confusing, if not frustrating at times for us to kind of feel like we're directing our thought and action in the right way in terms of developing our golf swing. What's basically required and what we're really after here is the fact that when we do make a golf swing, our body's going to simply function like an A-frame. So we'll go ahead and look forward to keeping it that simple, that as we make our golf swing, it's going to be from an A-frame position. In terms of our body, what we're after here, or what we anticipate, is the fact that when we begin to work the ready, set, go swing process, we're first going to pay attention to grip, aim, and setup. That's the ready position during the swing. Grip, aim, and setup. And then once we get into the set and go points of the swing, we know that we're going to be doing that around a stable spine. Keep our spine angle. The spine is the axis around which we're going to make our swing. And as far as making our swing goes, we know that it's going to involve 2 pivots. There's going to be a first pivot on the backswing and a second pivot on the downswing. So keeping it good and simple and on point. We know that the physical processes that we have going on during our swing are going to take place around an A-frame, and we're going to look forward to making the ready, set, go swing process happen around a stable spine while pivoting. Now the final two pieces that address the physical perspective are going to have to do with what's ultimately required for the quality of any given shot or any given swing that we make. And the quality of any given shot, any swing we make, is going to have to do with our rhythm and timing on that particular swing. In the R3 approach, we refer to this as the athletic factor. So on any given swing, the quality of that shot is going to be a function of our rhythm and timing. In this chapter, we get into a good deal of detail about what rhythm and timing actually are. Rhythm is just the musical sequence of the swing, where timing is actually the sequencing of our body in such a way that we're executing that ready, set, go swing process in a mechanically sound and physically athletic manner. And also here, as we begin to, as we continue, let's say, working on our swing from the physical standpoint, in terms of keeping it mechanically sound, we're going to anticipate, we need to anticipate the fact that when we do go play, we're going to have to leave this axis and get over onto the how axis. In other words, we're going to head over to perspective number 4, the tactical perspective, and begin paying attention to directing our thoughts and actions on those things that are going to help us to, again, achieve our overall objective. And again, we'll restate what that overall objective is, and that is to develop a swing process that's going to allow us to play in good fluid motion when we're out there on the golf course. Okay, so again, the physical perspective is the third of the 4 perspectives. It's the end of the what axis. In other words, we're focused on how our body is going to support the mechanics of our golf swing. Okay, let's have a good look at this chapter, and let's all continue doing good work.